I'm looking outside of my window and I can see that there is like a bird.
I'm just gonna talk over you because this is a mic check. Fuck you.
There's a bird on the balcony.
He's not on the balcony. You're looking the wrong direction.
But I just know he's pooping.
He's not pooping.
You can't see him from where you're sitting.
The balcony is that way. You're looking the wrong way. Stop trying to radio them into believing you. It doesn't work like that.
You got a real negative energy, you know that?
I've not got a negative energy.
Zach likes birds.
He does.
Oh, there was a bird. Xavier wasn't lying. I'm sorry.
You fuckwit.
Did he actually poop?
What kind of bird?
Indian miner.
Yeah, pleb tier bird. Would not bang. 2 out of 10.
From across all corners of our fair planet Earth, welcome to the Gaming Cult Podcast. Worldwide opinions on obscure and up-to-date gaming talk culture and geekery for today and yesteryear. You love it, my boy.
My boy.
Hello and welcome to episode 25 of the Gaming Cult Podcast. I'm your host Jake, and it's from overcast, slightly getting colder slightly, Australia. Sydney, Australia, at that. Joining me from Sweden, frozen over, Sverige.
Yo.
Martin, my sweet boy. I hope you are well. Are you well?
I am well, despite the fact that there is snow absolutely everywhere. It's freezing, so there's really no reason for me to be happy right now. But despite that, I'm actually quite fine. How are you, Jake?
I'm splendid. I am splendid. There is a record store that has just opened up around the corner from me.
What's it called?
It's called The Record Store.
Wow,
Creative.
That's no creative indeed.
Joining me is Zach Innes, just a sweet boy. Hello, Zach.
Hello, Jake.
How are you, Zach? I'm not finished introducing you.
No. Can I introduce myself?
How do you do,
No, you
Zach?
can't.
How are you, Martin?
All right, skip that. Brian. From sunny San Diego, California, we have Brian Abishakaro. Brian, my
Hello,
boy.
everyone.
My boy.
Oh boy,
How are you, my boy?
I'm doing very well. I just got off work, so I'm actually in the process of changing. So, I also before we got onto this podcast, I was also relieving myself of fluids, and Jake was asking me, is my belly or is my bladder now empty? And I told him it is at the moment.
Uh-huh.
However, I am going to now fill it with beer, and he asked me if I were to do it directly.
How do you do that? I don't know.
And I told him that I have contrived a method called the reverse syringe,
Jesus
wherein you
Christ.
pour yourself a pint of beer, and it has to be beer, and then you put your penis, the tip of your penis, the head as they call it, and then you put that into the beer. And of course you have to set it on a long table in my case, or a short table I should say, and then you slowly you have to cup the balls so that you have the clearance,
I don't like
and then
this.
you use the other hand, whichever is the dominant, to start from the head,
Uh-huh.
working towards the base,
Yeah.
so that you can be directly drunk. And I find
Wow.
that works very well when I need to get primed and ready and right pissed at a party.
So it's like when college girls put vodka in their butt.
It's quite similar. It's it's like a coffee enema, but it does get you pretty tilted. And then thankfully, since it doesn't have to go through your digestive system, you only get drunk. You don't get the hangover. But
Get yourself
it
on a
hurts.
college girl lean.
Yes, it hurts when it comes out, though. It does hurt when it comes out, because the alcohol hasn't been processed any other way except for directly into the bloodstream. There's no filter, so it comes out a little bit alcoholic.
I see. It's kind of like a 7-Up cystoscopy.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible. Brian, my friend, thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Zach, hello, Zach.
Hello, Jake.
Joining us, special guests.
Shut up! We're introducing you!
Special guests from Something Joystick, we have Xavier Rebetsky Noonan.
Zippity zop! That's my brand new catchphrase. Just testing that one out.
Yeah.
Just dipping my toes in the water.
Dry run on the Gaming Cult podcast.
And Tom Sansky and Tom God, fuck you and your name. And Tom Sansky Sanson.
I love that you got Brian Abrachakra, but you didn't get Tom Sanderson, like the whitest name on the planet.
I tried to make it spiffy and give you Sansky right in the middle, and you wouldn't take it.
I'm taking
Too many
it.
S's.
Too many S's. Yeah, I see it. Just a note on Brian's story. In Australia, we call that a silly straw.
Hey, I have to be completely honest. I just made that up. So if that already exists,
It's quite.
Yeah, I bend my mouse's head.
Xavier and Tom are much like Zach. They are young, sweet boys, and I guess they're ahead of the game in deviancy and perversion. So
Absolutely.
they might have a thing or two to teach us, Brian.
What can I say? Zippity zop.
You could
Stop using that catchphrase.
you could say that.
if it makes people angry, please continue to use that catchphrase.
Most certain that this episode will generate the most outrage you guys have ever had.
And so it is coined Gaming Cult Podcast episode 25 via proxy of something joystick. Boys, you are the boys, and you are not from these realms. Where do you hail from?
Well, we also hail from Sydney, Australia. We're both Sydney
Worlds
residents.
away on the other side of Sydney, Australia, though.
Yeah. Well, what else do you want to know? We live in suburbs.
We're in my mummy's bedroom.
Yeah.
Tell me about your fucking show.
What do you guys want to get on here?
Jesus Christ.
Xavier.
No, tell us more about Sydney.
Wait, Jake, are these guys MLG Pro?
Martin,
What?
did you get them to fill out the form? Did you put them through the tests?
Shit, I forgot.
Fuck, Martin, this is the third time!
Are you telling me? Are you telling me
Give
this
me a
isn't
break.
fatality again?
Give me a break, Zach.
Are you telling me this is not fatality? We are not speaking to fatality? What the fuck's the point?
Martin, god damn it! It's the second time in a row.
Sorry. Jeez.
Damn it, Martin.
Look, and they're laughing because they get a free fucking ride, and we don't even know who these guys are. But seriously,
yeah.
explain what the fuck you do.
Xavier, take it away.
We have our very own slightly video game related podcast, which our dear friends Jake and Zach Innes have both been on. And we talk about Katy Perry's penis and butts and stuff.
Yep.
And video games.
I'd just like to note for the edification of Gaming Cult listeners, the podcast on which Zach Innes appeared upon was the only episode in Something Joystick history, our 63 long episode history, which we had to put a disclaimer on. We got into some pretty heavy subject matter regarding the Holocaust and other things. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, to be specific. I apologize to any listeners offended by that episode. I'm sure Zach feels no remorse, but thank you. Thank you for coming on, Zach.
Thank you, Tom.
That's
Thank you.
I'm really curious as to what was said.
That was episode 47, was it not?
Jesus Christ, photographic memory, man.
Yeah.
That's disgusting that you know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was one of the ones with numbers in the title.
Okay.
But no, tell us. I mean, you've had your podcast for just about as long as ours, and it is a lovely podcast. It's one of the few podcasts I listen to at, period.
This one?
Thank you very much.
It is a good podcast, and I like that podcast.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you, Jake.
let's not
You're
be
a
like
sweet
that.
boy, Jake.
You guys occasionally talk about video games as well, amongst all your inane rambling.
So very little.
We're known to touch on it.
Yeah. In the past couple of weeks, I've gotten mad at Xavier because he's been trying to do bits and, make things funny because that's what the listeners want. And I've been like, no, we must be a serious video game podcast and get recognized by IGN because they like serious video game podcasts. And yeah, it doesn't turn out like that. We just end up being dumb and dick jokes.
But we do what we do because it is what we do.
Yeah.
Zippity zop, Tom.
Good. Zippity zop.
Please let us catch on. That would be so nice.
I think, fucking what's his name? Oh Jesus Christ, my mind has blanked.
Fucking Jesus Christ?
No, yeah, Jessica Tap Dancing Christ herself.
Reggie?
Bill Cosby.
Thank you.
Richard Pryor.
I didn't remember Bill Cosby. Yeah, I think Bill Cosby already got coined that bit, guys. So
See, that's where Xavier's stealing it from. Xavier does several impressions none of which I'll ask him to do now. But his Bill Cosby is one of his favorites. He's managed to nail it down to a single syllable, in which he can sort of convey the essence of Bill Cosby. Actually, I will ask you to do this. Xavier, can you do your one-syllable Bill Cosby impression?
No, Tom, I know you're my guest. I know you're my guest and you're a sweet boy, but shut up. Martin?
Yep.
Martin,
Yes.
please ask Xavier to do the skit.
Xavier, could you please do the skit?
All right, it's less of a skit and more of a single syllable, but I'll do my best as long as you're all ready.
We are
Ready.
Zip.
And that is why you should listen to Something Joystick.
That is the only reason.
Yeah, there we go. And we never have to mention that podcast again. Wonderful. Moving swiftly onwards.
Well, thank you for coming, boys.
No
Thank
worries.
you for having us.
Video games.
Oh, boy.
games.
What is happening in video games? Well, I think at time of broadcast, possibly, Rayman Legends is supposed to be out, but it's not, and it's not going to be for a long time, and I am sad about that.
It's been
I am
pushed
also
back
sad
to
about that.
Yeah, it's been pushed back to September, hasn't it?
My dear, dear Raymond Legumes. I want it so much.
Yes, I was so excited for that game. I mean, I've gone on record multiple times as saying that is the sole reason I bought a Wii U. I played that demo and I went, okay, I see why this system is good, and I will definitely now purchase this.
And I
then
don't
I turned
think you're
around.
alone with that.
Oh yeah, no, and I don't believe I am, and I think I saw somewhere online that the developers of the game are now protesting this delay because they worked really hard on it and they don't want to see it get pushed back just to get the other system's support. And I think it's a bad move. I don't know if it's by Ubisoft or Nintendo, but I think it's a bad move because
it's Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft.
It's completely Ubisoft, just for the fact that they want it multi-platform.
And I get that, and I guess that's okay, but it's developed for the Wii U. Let like the Wii U have a little bit of an exclusivity. Like that's kind of that I don't know, that to me I would if Ubisoft wasn't so big, I would not, like, you know, as a Nintendo, really accept that.
Well, yeah, that was my first thought, and not wanting to pick a side or anything, but my first thought was like Nintendo would get litigious over it.
Yeah, I honestly can't understand how. I mean, I don't know anything about how video game, legally how these contracts work, but I feel like, you know, Nintendo had, some sort of exclusivity on it.
The
in
license,
some way.
the Nintendo license, which is an official license that you have to claim to release on Nintendo platform. It always has been.
Right.
It used to be called the Nintendo official seal of approval. It was that gold little thing on your Muck Rider cart and on your Rad Racer cart. And I don't think. I mean, write in gamecallpodcast@gmail.com if you know otherwise. But I don't think those licensing agreements said, just whatever, man, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of agree on a release date, and I mean, I guess I don't know, because when they do have multi-platform releases, it gets pushed back. Like Grand Theft Auto got pushed back also till September, and that got pushed back on all platforms.
I'm happy to wait for that though. I haven't had that dangled in front of me like a fucking carrot. I
would much rather wait, because I feel like the people at Rockstar would much rather take the time to properly put together a game properly than to release a game that isn't going to be up to what people expect. That's what I always hope when they delay a game. But you know what? Didn't Batman Arkham Asylum get pushed back like 3-4 times? The first Batman Arkham game, didn't that get pushed back a few times? And that was like one of the best games to ever come out, in my opinion, in the history of video games. I feel like it got pushed back, but I could be wrong.
It did for a while. I know that there was that Australian developed Batman title that was being developed for years and then never came out because the studio went insolvent or whatever it was, or got sold out by their parent company or whatever it was. But no, I'm sure it was. And that's the thing. I mean, everyone's saying this right now. We're a broken record if you listen to any other podcast but the Game Called Podcast, and of course something joystick. But, Legumes was ready to go. They were
It was.
prepackaged. They were at the fruit table. They were ready to ship out.
So basically, they're just gonna sit in storage until September then.
Well, yeah. I mean, they'd be pretty close to shipping, right? They'd be at the.
That's fucking
Those
asinine.
copies are probably at the distributors. They were supposed to come out 2 weeks,
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks after that announcement.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be, yeah, like it was the 19th in the U.S. and I'm not entirely sure what other countries had, but in the U.S. it was the 19th, and I mean, I was really looking forward to that game, and I think it was last week they said it was being pushed back, so not even 2 weeks before its release, they decided to push it back. They probably have copies in the U.S. that they cannot sell because of Ubisoft. You know, I don't know. I just think Nintendo
It's dumb.
should not comply with this. They should basically force them to release it early, and I hope people are paying attention to this because this is the first time I've ever heard of anything like this happening, and it sets a pretty shitty precedent for you know, not first party, but like, you know, Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, you know, the proprietors of these systems, if they let the developers sort of, you know, be able to just dictate when the game comes out after it's been promised to their fan base that it's going to be coming out on a certain day. I get pushing it back for quality, but this isn't a quality issue. This is, well, we want to develop it for other systems.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy to wait for GTA 5 until it's what Rockstar feel is to their perfect standard, and they're raising their own standard for this game. You know, so.
That's what I'm hoping is the case with, you know, with Grand Theft Auto, and it seems to be the case typically when games get pushed back. But like I'm saying, you know, with this, it's just, well, and I still don't see the benefit of pushing back the release till I mean, all I see here, in all honesty, when the more I've been thinking about it, just talking about it now, I just see that this is Ubisoft kind of going out of their way to deliberately screw over Nintendo, because now here's this game that people bought the system for, and now that game is going to come out on the systems we all already own.
I'm sure there's even dissent within Ubisoft over this. Not that I have any inside information on it, but I'm sure there's even dissent within Ubisoft's ranks over it. I'm sure it was the decision of 1 or 2 people, and everyone else in Ubisoft was probably even going, why? Why?
Yeah, I mean, the developers are going against it. They're saying, you know, release this game. We worked really hard on it. People deserve to play it.
Yeah. They're bringing out another demo as well, aren't they? Like a second demo.
And that, I mean, I played that. I got that first demo, and I had Eric over to play it, and we got to the stage where they played, where they do the Black Betty thing.
Oh, so good.
And I knew about that whole thing, and I was like really excited for that part because it's so well done.
Synchronized
and the game
soundtrack,
is beautiful. Yeah. And when Eric saw that part, he was just like, "This is like the reason to get a Wii U," and it really was the reason for me. I mean, I can't stress that enough. It was the best display of the system's capabilities that I had seen, and it was enough to sell me on a new $350 in America at least system. So I think it's really bad form to kind of sum it to one phrase. It's very bad form.
Oh yeah, I think it's one of the first next gen games. Personally, it just looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's 2D, but it looks incredible. The lighting is some of the lighting effects I've never seen in a game before. That engine is incredible.
It looks like it looks like a cartoon. It looks like a professionally done, like a motion picture, theater ready cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing how good it looks and how the soundtrack is and the gameplay is really a lot of fun.
Synchronized soundtrack within an interactive medium is such an incredible premise. That's like, it just sounds like a coding nightmare for all the possibilities of what you can do at a game. But
yeah,
I've played it in the demo. It works. It's incredible, you know. And well, the Black Betty one is obviously a very structured level. You can only do certain things as you go through that level. But like the other levels, it's it's so subtle in that sound design of how it's interactive and builds and so on, and you know, it's crazy. They used to do it in a very primitive way, like in like Earthworm Jim, like one of those good old TTL Rico games. He would do sort of interactive elements of the soundtrack where he'd walk to a different part of the level and then the music would change and that kind of thing. Like, without having to go through a different loading screen or anything like that. You'd just walk into a different part and the soundtrack would kind of develop. So that, that was a cool thing.
And the Mario games, the new Super Mario Brothers game, I believe also do something like that based on the different hats you're wearing, the different like powers you have. I think they have a slightly different soundtrack, but I could be wrong. I felt like there was a Nintendo game that would change the soundtrack based on what power up you had running. It would add like a different sound effect.
Oh man, when you're underground in those levels with the Baby Yoshi and the Baby Yoshi's singing along, that was a life affirming moment in gaming for me. Love it.
There's a great Nintendo game where what you do totally affects the soundtrack, and it's called Wii Music.
Did anyone buy that game?
I don't think I ever even saw it.
I'm a Nintendo collector and I haven't even bought that game.
Exactly.
And I love music toys.
Yeah.
And Miyamoto. How do all those things get together and me still not having that game? Well, Xavier, please explain.
I wish I could, to be honest. I know very little about it.
Hang on, Xavier, did you say that there was a Wii game in which what you did affected the music, and you said that was Wii Music? I thought that was the problem with it, like what you did didn't affect the music.
Yeah, you see, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
Did you ever play it?
No, but I read reviews because I was like, oh, this is interesting. Nintendo are trying something different, and as usual, they fucked it up. So, there was absolutely no, like...
That's such a fucking Tom statement. As usual, Nintendo fucked it up. What a blanket term to make.
Well, they fucked up Wii. Don't try and pretend that's a good game. Don't try and pretend that's a game. It's SingStar without the singing. It's Guitar Hero without the guitar.
You would pick up your Wii remote to use it like a clarinet, and all you would do would be to swing it like a golf club.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the negative backlash for it came from like the way in which it was released. I mean, I'm sure a few people would have picked it up and like, yeah, okay, Wii Music, that's pretty cool. But making it like one of your centerpieces of, E3 is maybe not like it's an easy way to get a bad rap for it. It's
Brian, you guys made a Mega 64 video about that, the Wii Annoy video. That was
Yeah, it's like something new is coming, and everyone's like, holy shit. What are they gonna pull this time?
Shit out your ass.
Yeah, and suddenly, like, there's motherfucking, like, all of the dudes just fucking, like, playing nunchucks with Wiimotes and shit, and it's, like, spinning it over their head, or, like, pretending to play drums.
To do them sweet midis.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just kind of looking at it going, oh. They may as well have, like, played the chicken dance, like, the moment that they came on stage. But, yeah, that's...
I still can't get mad at Shiggy, though. I can't do it. I can't get mad at Shiggy.
I think this whole Wii Music thing is fundamentally why I am not enamored with Nintendo. Like, I was burnt with the Wii. I never had a Nintendo console before the Wii. And so...
Really? Jesus, dude.
Yeah, no, I was always a PlayStation kid. So, I haven't had any other Nintendo console other than a Wii.
Wait, hang on. Put that on hold.
Yeah?
First console, the PlayStation. How old are you boys?
I'm 19.
I'm 20 years old.
You are but wee sprogs.
I played many games before the PlayStation.
You must go through a rite of passage.
Rite of passage.
This is the Gaming Cult Podcast.
Okay.
But of course.
Gaming Cult Podcast.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Sure. Now... what I must hear from you...
Do I need to get a knife or something?
No, just recite the tome, speak these words...
Yes!
And all will be well. Zach, you're not ready for this. Brian, you're not ready for this. Martin, viewers, listeners, you're not ready for this. Speak of these words. Together. Wah, 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 baby wanna fuck.
Wah, 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 baby wanna fuck.
Yes!
Thank you. You have recited the words, and therefore the rite of passage has been attained. Please, Tom,
Yeah.
continue your story.
What the hell was I talking about?
P.S. How you only play PlayStation?
You
Okay,
started
so-
playing video games like what, 10 years ago?
Yes, 10 years ago. I'm sorry.
Wait, only at 9 years old?
Yes.
You fucking casual.
God.
No, I mean, I don't even mean to be, like, insulting. I just, like, I have vivid memories of being, like, 4 or 5
Yeah,
playing
exactly.
video games.
My parents didn't buy me a video game console at that age. They figured I wouldn't be able to handle it, which is probably true.
And you couldn't get a job!
I was still playing my Action Man figurines and my... Yeah.
Action Man fucking sucks.
The greatest hero of them all?
Hey,
I hate Action Man.
Action Man was great. He
Yo.
actually had a package. G.I.
I think
Joe.
he had a really shittily like animated show. It was kind of like that early 3D animation that was fucking terrible.
Like Beast Wars?
Yeah, kind of like Beast Wars.
Beast Wars was fantastic. Do not besmirch the good name of Beast Wars.
Nope.
Hey, do you remember Max Steel?
Yes. Yes, I do.
No.
I can't say
No,
it rings a
I got
bell.
nothing.
No.
Oh man, that was equally as shitty as Action Man animated series was.
Yeah, and his action figures were totally uninteresting and boring.
Yeah, and there was even a Max Steel video game, and it was on the Dreamcast, and it was complete shit too.
Then my friends and co-hosts, I speak these words to you. Donkey Kong 64, the animated series.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
I remember that.
That was
don't,
produced by a French studio, I thought.
It was,
don't,
yeah.
don't, just don't. No.
I remember
No.
listening to Donkey
Nah.
Kong's voice and being like, "What the fuck is this? Like, where am I, banana?"
We were watching it. Zach, we were watching it at yours, and we'd never even heard of it before, and it was just on this cheap cartoon channel, this new cheap cable cartoon channel that was playing infomercials half the time, and then Donkey Kong 64, the animated series, or whatever the fuck it's called, by some French.
And they also played some Super Mario. I think it was a Super Mario Brothers 3 show. Where
Fantastic television show.
the and it brought up like racial segregation in one of the episodes.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it did, man. Yeah, it did.
The red toads and the blue toads. Everyone gets separated to red and blue, so they like.
I fucking remember that.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, then again, it was all about like PSAs back then, like Sonic. Remember, if somebody touches you, that's not okay.
You should tell a police officer that someone touched you.
Yeah, exactly. It was. PSAs
Who am I gonna get advice from if not a blue hedgehog?
Yeah.
Who else do I trust?
Yeah, remember at the end of each episode, it would be a segment called Sonic Says, and then Sonic would misspell Sonic Says, and Tails would have to fix it. That's what I remember from that more
Wait,
than
if you can't
anything
even
Sonic
get
said.
spelling right,
Yeah, why would take advice from
why
him?
am I not letting strangers touch me?
Because Sonic wants you all to himself.
Did Sonic ever give
That
advice
sounds like a plan to me.
about safe speeding? Like, when you learn to drive, please make sure to maintain an appropriate speed for the area you're in.
I fucking bet he did at one point.
That fucking hypocritical motherfucker!
Oh, gotta go fast. Always.
Yeah,
go
exactly.
Well, no, he-
always go
he
fast.
he always went fast, but when he was in a car, it actually went at a regular speed.
It's like when
It's really
it's like
quickly.
when I saw that when like I went to when I'm just going around Toys R Us or like Kmart and shit, and you fucking see like Superman in a car or like Spider-Man in the Dune buggy, and you're like, what's the fucking point? You can fly and you can run super fucking fast. but you
Spider-Man computer with 2 mosaic frames of animation. Spider-Man.
Same thing with the Justice League jet. It's like you've got Wonder Woman who can fly, Batman who can't fly. Like pretty much everyone on that fucking plane can fly. Flash, except Flash, who can run really fast. But he can still get. It's like they fly the plane to make Batman feel better. It's like, don't worry, bud. You can ride in the back, and he's like, yes.
It's Bat
Batman's got
Hero.
his own plane.
Yeah, he does. Batwing.
Not in Chinatown, he doesn't.
I never understood why Wonder Woman can fly.
We're talking about Chinatown toy incarnations of these characters.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bat
Like-
Hero.
Yeah, Bat Hero. Or Super Warrior, as he is known in one of my boxes that I have. For a little while, I was collecting bootlegs Batman toys. I've got some great ones.
Oh,
they all
that's
have
great.
LEDs in the middle of their chest that will blind you.
Of course they fucking do.
If you look directly into them, they will blind you. I was I didn't know that Super Warrior himself had an LED in the middle of his chest. I pressed his back, point motherfucking blank right to the eye, through the retina.
So they're all Iron Man?
I could not see for a good minute. I freaked the fuck out.
I found a similar one like at the markets, but like it made that one. There's that one like default sound that all toys, like toy guns and like action figures make. That's like fire, fire. And I touched it, and then suddenly like Batman's like blast out, fire, fire. I'm like, God.
Yeah, so fire, and blinding LED light in the middle of the chest for every toy.
That's awesome.
What kind of heroes would they be if they didn't have the blinding LED in the middle of the chest?
Bad ones.
That's right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
So boys, rather briefly, what is your earliest gaming memory? Your earliest memory of a video game, whether you owned it or not, whether it was a computer, at the arcade, a console, whatever you might like. Xavier, please go first.
I think... that is tough. I think the first game I ever really remember playing was on the Sega Master System, a little game called Phantasy Star 2, which they had at my after-school care that I would go to at 3:30 p.m. and have my little grilled cheese sandwich and play my games. And that
would sit you down in front of Phantasy Star 2 on the Master System?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus, that's so obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea how they got a hold of it. I think someone must have just donated it to them or something. And yeah, I would just sit there for hours, aimlessly wandering around, talking to people in this town and not really knowing how to progress, just hearing people say, you can buy armor from just around the corner and stuff like that.
What you need to do, if that game's still there, if it's still complete in box, you need to break into that fucking kindergarten, body check all those 4-year-olds, get that game, eBay, $500.
eBay
Wow.
that motherfucker.
Maybe.
Wow.
I could take a few lives for $500.
That's how low your price is?
I would kick a kid in the face for $500.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
talking about kicking kids in the face. We're talking about taking a child's life.
Well, you know,
Like
they haven't
in
had it for
cold
that long.
blood. In
Yeah, we can give him like
tomato,
okay,
tomato.
once I sell the game, I'll give it back to him. But
Yeah.
I'm taking his life from there.
Just knock him unconscious for long enough to sell the game.
Just wait for
Just
the
take his
PayPal.
life for consignment.
Just
Why
wait.
not?
Wait
Dude,
for the
just
PayPal
ve-
payment. Yeah, wait for the PayPal payment to clear. You wait till that 30-day, thing goes past where you can't claim.
It's actually 40.
Oh fuck!
And
No, what you got to do is you got to
Sorry, Mexico.
you got to make like a Lebanese grocer and make it a vegetable, and then we go from there. And basically hold the parents at ransom. I want Phantasy Star 2 to sell on eBay, or the kid, stays a vegetable forever.
How are you going to turn it back out to a normal thing instead of a vegetable? Zach, your plan is full of holes.
Fuck it, I don't
Not
know.
like an apple bought at a Lebanese grocer.
Lebanese.
Yeah, I got that bit wrong. Okay. Lebanese.
you
Brian,
forget.
Brian, is that really that's how you pronounce it, right?
If you want. I'm more intrigued of the fact that is there like a derogatory Lebanese stereotype in Australia?
To Zach, there is. I was just playing along.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Maybe
it's not derogatory.
not really. I mean, there is a very large Lebanese community in Australia.
Yeah, I actually have a few of my mom's friends lived in Australia for quite some time before they moved back to Lebanon. When things became more stable. So I knew that we had a few people settled there, but yeah, I wondered if we had I don't know, a stigma, I guess I would call it.
Well, the thing is, not really, but there's just like any migrant group or small. It's a vocal minority. There'll be a few people from all different kinds of ethnic cultures, that just get a bad rap, and sadly, after like, for example, Cronulla riots, that was everyone being a dick, but all these dinky-die hardcore fucking true blue cunts believe that, fuck off, we're full. The Lebos.
Zach, I was about to say, before you got onto your Cronulla riot tangent, that was the most PC thing you've ever said. And then, yet again, you fucking amaze me with your ability to turn something that's, like, well-intentioned and nice into something that's racially abusive.
Lebos.
Do you guys ever put a disclaimer on this podcast at all?
We shouldn't.
The good people of the gaming cult audience know what they're in for.
I'm sure they do.
Absolutely.
If you can't set me for being fucking Australian, then you can get the fuck out, mate.
Zach.
Wow.
You play it well.
Australia, cunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Stay in school, kids.
So Ron Gilbert has been announced as the keynote speaker for PAX Australia.
Oh.
Woo! Still gotta buy my tickets.
Yeah, dude, you better get on that.
I really do. I'm not going on Saturday.
They extended. Saturday sold out. Then they extended Saturday.
And then it sold out again.
The good people at PAX and ReedPop, they opened up a whole new hall at Melbourne Showgrounds, and now that's sold out for Saturday. Yeah. So
Australia.
Sunday's going to be sold out soon too. Go get your tickets if you're going to get them, guys and girls. Come and see us.
Right.
Gaming Cult Podcast, we will have that booth.
And at least half of something joystick will also be there.
Brian,
Yes.
how many % are you confirmed for PAX Australia?
100% confirmed
Wow.
going to PAX Australia.
100%.
That's gonna be most of it.
That's 100% more than I am. I really need to get on that. Fuck.
But yeah, the creator of Secret of Monkey Island himself, Ron Gilbert,
And
from
Day of the
Double Fine.
Tentacle.
And Day of the Tentacle. Oh,
Is excited.
God. It has been a long time since I've played Day of the Tentacle.
Ron Gilbert is such a porn star name.
It is.
It really is.
It is? Well, it's close to Ron Jeremy.
Then again, he released something recently, didn't he?
Who? Ron Gilbert.
Oh, The Cave.
Yeah, that's the one.
Has anyone played that yet?
Not yet. I'm really interested in it.
It's
looks
on the
really
Wii U.
cool.
It's a new Wii U thing for the Wii U that is gettable. I might get that.
It's also
it's
on
on
the
PlayStation.
PSN.
I don't
as
have
well.
a Wii U.
Yeah, it's on the PSN.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's multi-platform, and it's on the.
That was the game that was born from the Kickstarter project, wasn't it?
I think so,
Yeah.
but
I kind of feel like I should support it.
Yeah. No, I've been hearing good things about it, but I have not looked too far into detail. But, Mr. Gilbert, you will be at PAX Australia. I blow you a kiss.
Mwah.
I'll blow him something else.
Fuck yeah.
Can I get some blow from him?
Hey, he's got a porn star name. Why not just like roll
Well,
for it?
if he ain't got that China White, how are you going to get his head right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Ron Gilbert, Gaming Cult Podcast, we will have that booth at PAX Australia. Go get your tickets, guys and gals. They will
Do
sell
it.
out. You won't be able, I don't think you'll be buying them at the door.
I'm selling various personal items that I own just for the cash. So
Your kidney?
no, not yet, but I'm looking for a buyer. Definitely,
Is your kidney worth $100?
it's worth more than $100.
How
Not even on the traditional way to-
how badly have you tortured that kidney of yours at such a young age?
I have at least 1.5 kidneys left, so I'm looking to sell at least one, maybe one and a quarter. I think I could survive on a quarter of a kidney.
Jesus fucking Christ! Just start up like a $20 blowjob booth. You'll be done in seconds.
Wow,
got
how
a point.
quick do you think I could give blowjobs?
Just purse them lips.
It doesn't matter how good you can do it. That's why you're offering it cheap. You can't expect good service for
You
such
said-
a cheap price.
Said I'd be done in seconds. Now I need at least like $250 to go to 2 days of PAX. You said $20 a blowjob. Now that's 50 blowjobs I have to give in a few seconds.
All you say,
How am I?
all you say is purse. I will purse my lips, while you present your purse, and reach into your purse.
Do I just have like 80 cocks in my mouth at once, like that cartoon of the spy, Team Fortress 2? I wouldn't be saying gentlemen. I'd be saying, oh, get these cocks out of my mouth.
But the thing is, you could go to PAX.
Yeah,
Come
but
on, no one would need to know how you got the money for PAX.
It would have
but
had,
you'd
like-
be at PAX,
I would
and
have
you'd know
just
that
had
you'd
default.
know how much dick you sucked to get to PAX, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I achieved something."
You could talk to Ron Gilbert about it.
yeah, I could blow it.
Or
You
be
suck-
Or be a big boy and save up $100.
It's very difficult. I need to buy drugs and alcohol and women.
And money to suck dicks.
Yeah, but see, I can do that for free as well.
Or you leave your blow money. You have two, right? You have two kitties. You have your PAX kitty, and you have your deviancy kitty. Do you understand what I'm getting at here?
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so
you suck on them fish sticks all night, and then you can go do all the bad boy things.
I'll go down to the docks.
But then you go and work at a shelter, not a voluntary one because you don't get paid there. What's the fuck's the point of that? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta be homeless to want to work for free.
Eat it.
Exactly.
But you
So-
eat at the shelter.
That's good.
Go get a job, work at Domino's Pizza, save up for like, a week or two, and then you go to PAX. Easy. Done.
I suppose.
Speaking of eating at the shelter, one of my low points was going to one of those free food vans by pretending to be homeless.
Oh, no, Zach.
Zach,
No!
Zach, there's no way you could look homeless. So you're just too well equipped. Like, your hair is always immaculate. There's no way.
But when you get super pissed and you go to the food van, it's like, I've been on the streets a few days and I'm starving, and they'll be like, okay, here's some fucking soup, enjoy.
Yes, maybe if you grew a bit of stubble, carried around like a bottle of tequila in a bag.
What about 5 jackets?
Yeah, 5 jackets, maybe scuffed up.
In 40 degrees Celsius heat.
Yeah, you could get away with being a victim of the GFC, just like a banker who's down on his luck, going to the food van. You could probably pull that off.
But Zach, my brother, you say it was just soup?
Yeah, it's soup in a cup. Go around the corner, like, you know what?
Oh, then never mind. Soup's okay.
Soup's okay.
No,
Soup in a cup.
bullshit.
Soup won't sell you to soup won't send you to hell.
Fuck it.
If you find that to be a bad place.
Hey, I was in a bad place. I needed my money for a bus home. I couldn't afford Macca's, and just down the road with some soup.
Mackers.
Fucking Macca's.
Alright, and right now, Macca's is fucking official, cunt! So
Sure.
get amongst it!
It's got the fucking signs up, and it says it's fucking Macca's, and that's what it is, cunt. If I want to feed my family for a fucking few days, $2 burgers, I get about 10 of them. We're fucking sweet.
Yeah, they even call it Macca's in all the adverts. So
McDonald's in Australia have officially changed the name to Macca's, which is what we've always lovingly called it.
Wow.
Because we abbreviate everything and then stick an S on the end. That's how we do it here.
I'm actually afraid of telling you
Excuse me.
what McDonald's is called in Sweden. Donken.
Doverkin?
Donken.
Donken?
Doverkin?
It's not called Donken. I've been to Sweden. I've seen it's called McDonald's. Why Donken?
Well, it's called that in like casual speech.
what does it translate to
I
literally?
see.
Like donkey shit?
What is it?
Nothing in particular, actually.
So it's just like
It's just Donken.
Donken. I like it.
Donken.
But yeah, now you have Donken, and you're not stupid enough to fucking change it to Donken.
Exactly.
We changed it officially to Macca's.
You are that stupid, so you changed
It's
it, huh?
yeah.
We are the stupid country.
Under every golden arch, you will say "fucking Macca's, cunt."
Fucking Australia, cunt.
It's part of the national anthem.
Yes.
Exactly. Go the Macca's Danny's, have a fucking root.
So I want Berry 5 and like Yalumba and all that other like goon to just have like goon on the box. Winfield in their multiple year history just to become
Fucking Winnie Blues.
Winnies, and they only sell the blue variety.
I'm confused why they still call Peter Stuyvesant cigarettes.
But what kind
Stuyvesant.
of subspecies smokes Winnie Reds? That's what I want to know.
I've seen it. The kind that hang out like at the Red Lion.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
The kind of people that listen to Skrillex.
Yeah.
No.
No, these are not homeless people, but like that sort of
So close to homeless, it's not even funny.
Yeah, the old sort of New York stereotype of a bum. Sort of
So basically, people
getting
who
the
listen
lid
to Skrillex then.
getting the lid of a trash can, getting a knife and fork ready. Winnie Reds.
Like I said, people listening to Skrillex.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I just edited.
Really good radio.
Yeah.
So Xavier,
Yes.
Phantasy Star 2 for the Sega Master System. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Tom,
Yes.
your earliest gaming memory.
I have to split it between two. It's either Prince of Persia on my father's Macintosh desktop computer, or Marathon on my father's Macintosh desktop computer.
Wow.
Two really good games. This is the original side-scrolling Prince of Persia. Tremendously difficult.
I thought you meant the Sands of Time.
Yeah,
It
the
was only
Sands of
like
Time
5
on my
years ago.
Macintosh computer. But
Are you sure
was
you
it-
didn't mean Sense of Time?
no, it's
Was it
beautiful.
like an Apple II or something?
Probably something like that. I was too young to know exactly what it was. I just called it the computer. Yeah, I wasn't a big brand whore when I was a kid.
Did you
But
have
yeah,
that kind? Did you have that kind of desktop game with the cat that would follow the mouse?
I know I did.
No, but I did have Mac Kids Art or whatever it was called. What was
Kid
that?
Pix?
Kid Pix.
Kid
that's-
Pix.
Yeah, that was
Kid Pix.
Brian, did you have Kid Pix?
everywhere.
I remember Kid Pix, but I did not have Kid Pix.
I would literally just set
My
everything on
school had
fire.
Kid Pix. Yeah, fire.
There was
And-
nothing. I wouldn't build anything. I wouldn't paint a picture
Really?
or anything. Just
You
set
wouldn't make
everything on
Candyland?
fire. No, I just set everything on fire.
I had
Oh,
my.
you know what? No, I played with it at school on the
Yeah,
school
that's-
computers.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
Did
Kid
anyone?
Pix.
Okay, Reader Rabbit. Did anyone have Reader Rabbit on their school computers?
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
What about, does anyone remember Millie's Math House? Does that
No.
ring any bells? I think that was maybe more obscure.
No, for me it was Math Blaster 2
Yes.
I think
I know
maybe
Math
that's- yeah.
for the for DOS or 486 or 386, whatever it was.
Oh man, remember playing games on DOS?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Getting CD games to work on DOS.
I know. Jesus.
Getting games with sound to work on DOS, like with digital sound.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man, I remember. Yeah, you used to have to like run DOS to play these games and stuff, and it was, man, so much has changed. You forget how we used to have to play these games and like wait hours for them to install on the computer.
Just trying to configure the sound in itself. Like, it'd be this whole
Yeah.
extra setup screen of, like, are you going to choose Sound Blaster 16 or digital, oh, God, I can't remember all the other names now, but, like, there was the default digital MIDI, whatever it is, or PC speaker. Yeah,
PC speaker.
Yeah, you'd be trying to play Wolfenstein or whatever, Wolfenstein 3D on DOS. On your 486 or a really early Pentium or whatever, and you'd be like, okay, I can't get my Sound Blaster to work, I can't get any other card to work, because I've got a fucking compact Presario, and everything's built onto the fucking motherboard, and nothing's recognized by anything. I guess I'll fucking play Wolfenstein 3D with the PC speaker. It was the ultimate sense of defeat.
Even getting the actual games up and running was a fucking pain in the ass. I remember like games requiring a password that you had to have the manual in order to like find out.
Yes.
Yeah, that was their, that was devs.
Copy protection.
1980s and early 1990s idea of copy protection. Yeah,
The first DRMs.
early DRM, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Forgot about all that.
It was the
guys
dumbest
are
way
old.
to do it, though.
And it would get
Yeah,
to
well,
it would get to the
partially
point
right.
where they'd print codes or passwords on like this red paper that couldn't be seen on a Xerox.
Because you can't take a photo. Oh, you see, my immediate response is take a photo of it and then upload it to the internet. But back then, that
We
was,
couldn't do either.
Yeah, just load it up on CompuServe, man. Just
yeah. It's like, Jesus, yeah.
No,
back
you just
then.
send it via Bluetooth on your iPhone 5 to your friend across the planet, and it's all good. You don't even need to worry about it. You don't worry about uploading it to the internet.
man, that shit took 20 fucking seconds. God, I'm calling Telstra right now.
Well, to be fair, Telstra have been advertising that their coverage reaches Mars in their latest ads. So
Yeah, but they don't even-
you should be disgusted if it takes 20 seconds to transfer something across the internet.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
Hey,
To Mars,
give a shit.
it's very good, but to Earth, not so much.
yeah, I don't give a shit if that touches Mars. Fuck that. If I don't have connectivity every day and fast connectivity, then you guys can go fucking take your servers all to Mars.
If I can't
Fuck
be
you.
If I
Exactly.
can't be six floors underground at my university toilets trying to have a masturbate while looking at porn on my iPhone, and it is not reaching me, but it can hit Mars, fuck that.
Hang on, UTS has a toilet 6 floors underground.
Probably about three.
That's fucked up. You've got dungeons.
You guys are ignoring the real problem here. Why aren't we sending porn to Mars?
That's a
Very good point.
How to find life on Mars? Bring porn.
Yeah, exactly. Just have like a
That's
big
David
Brazos
Bowie.
sign.
Bowie needs those AIDS.
I think
those
Brazzers
masturbatory
could
AIDS.
buy Mars. I
You
think
know how
Brazzers could buy Mars if they wanted to.
Yeah. You know how like people have like alien fetishes and stuff?
Everybody hop aboard the Romper Rover. Brought to you by
No.
Bang Bus.
No, I don't know that how people have alien fetishes. Zach, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, like of course someone out there has got to have an alien fetish.
But for what? There's no there's no way to say what an alien looks like. How do you have a fetish for it?
Your distinct lack of genitalia.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Oh,
shit
God,
like that.
amoeba,
Think
like
aliens have a human fetish?
No.
But we're sexy.
Yeah, well, we are to us.
Yeah, we're hot as hell.
Hey,
Aliens come down
dolphins
here,
are hot too.
It's true.
No, dolphins actually like sexually assault humans because they want to be taken out of captivity.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you know there's a place in Miami, I think this is true, where you can go see a dolphin and then you pay like $2 and the dolphin will hump you.
Only $2?
That is
Yep.
the cheapest cost I've ever heard of.
Dolphin whore.
Dude, you need to get down to
Not expensive.
You need to get down to
Yeah.
Florida right quick.
You pay to get raped. Wow. You pay.
But it's okay, 'cause it's with a dolphin.
Okay, so bestiality
At least-
makes it okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it is the smartest creature.
It is. It knows exactly what it's doing, and it loves it.
I'm a porpoise.
That is so fucking funny.
All
There
right,
we are.
well, there we are. So you're yeah, okay. Macintosh games. Thank you, Tom.
It's alright?
You guys like video games? Do you? I mean, if people would give you a video game, you say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" You say, "Hey, I like it." Would you say that?
If I'm locked in a room and video games are the only way that I can occupy myself, and then there's a gun with one bullet in it,
I'd probably play for a little while before shooting myself.
I'd
Yeah.
pick the games for a bit.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bad answer.
What video? Yeah. Where do I go from there? What video games do you like, gentlemen?
Oh, wow. Xavier, do you want to go first? Because you actually know what you like.
Do I? Okay. The only game I like is Guitar Hero 3.
Really? That's the worst Guitar Hero.
No.
Guitar Hero
Dude,
much far superior in terms
It's
of
got
track
that.
list.
It's got
you
that.
don't. What about Guitar Hero Guitar Hero Aerosmith?
Oh, get the fuck out of here, Jake. You don't know shit. You don't know anything about Guitar Hero. This
He
is
likes that
Tom?
Dragon Force, man.
Tom,
your podcast.
Tom,
Hey, yes.
say it again.
Say what again?
Speak
love
the
you.
Speak the words.
Wah, baby wanna fuck.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't break the mics this time.
Oh yeah, we didn't break the mics. Woo! Hooray!
Nice. No, I like all sorts of games. Lately I've been playing Ni no Kuni, which is
Oh, cool.
a JRPG, which is partially sort of animations are done by Studio Ghibli, and it is whimsical and it tickles me right at the core of my being. There's a king of one of the places you can go to called Ding Dong Dell,
Here we go.
and the
Does,
king.
does he wonder what's for dinner?
I'm sure he does. He's a big cat. This king. He's a big sort of
What
furry
was
cat.
he called what was he called in English again?
The cat's name is, well, I forget his name, but everyone refers to him as his Meowjesty.
That's awesome. I love
That's
it.
exactly what I said when Xavier said. I was like, oh god.
Everything about that game is just a delightful, whimsical trip down some kind of strange fantasy.
Yeah. So that's Xavier in a nutshell.
I'm tickled by bright colors and big kitties.
Bright colors and big kitties really made me laugh.
Those are things that he likes. Is your cat wearing a necktie right now, Brian?
No, he is sleeping in front of me though.
Smokey want a necktie?
Smoke monster in a necktie. He was very late for work the day I took that picture.
Smokey want a business suit?
Is your cat a CEO, Brian?
He is not. He is not the boss
Is-
of me. I am the boss of him.
Fuck.
For now.
For now, until the day he comes into my work wearing a suit and tie, he is my property, and I can do with him what I want.
Why does that make me think of bad? Oh god, that's it's conjuring some poor images up in my head.
We already went with that with Garrett.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Our sweet boys, Eric Badu and Garrett Hunter. They are not with us, but they will return soon.
Cool.
Yes.
Hey Xavier! Hey Xavier!
Hello.
Give me 2 of your favorite video games of all time in no particular order.
Oh golly. I think A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo
Nice.
is a dear favorite of mine from a young age, and maybe that Donkey Kong Country 2.
Wow, you're Diddy Kong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Old school.
I mean, who wants to be the big fat donkey? Let's be honest. What's he gonna?
He could jump further.
Yeah, but Diddy's got that little roll. He's quick on his feet. He's nimble.
Yeah.
And then
he's
Dix's got the helicopter hair. You know, you can't argue with that.
Cannot argue with that.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say something really, really controversial here regarding the Zelda franchise.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. I love the Zelda franchise. I love most of the games, but Zelda: A Link to the Past, shit game. Sorry,
Really?
seriously.
I
Wow.
agree with you,
Does
Mark.
absolutely nothing for me.
Wow.
I agree with
That's
you, man, but I say every Zelda game is a shit game. I don't like them. I don't like any of them.
Okay, that's it. Out.
Get out.
We speak only of the world of Gamelin here, my boy.
My boy.
But seriously, you hate Zelda games? How?
I don't hate them. I just find the formula tired. I guess it's because I wasn't
Tom-
introduced to it at a young age.
Tom has never played a Nintendo console other than the Wii. I'm
Yeah.
right outlining here.
Well, no, I have played
raised
other
with it.
console, but like I was not raised with it, and I find the formula tired. Like I was tired of it when I started playing Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. No, not Twilight Princess. What am I talking about? Fucking
What?
no, not Skyward. I didn't play Skyward Sword.
Wind Waking?
Wind Waking, no.
How far
What's the
back
most
do you have
famous
to
one?
go?
Ocarina of Time. There we go.
You don't even know the title
Because I
of one
don't
of
care about Zelda. I
one
don't
of the-
like the games. I don't care about
Well,
them.
Zach, myself, and our dear sister Ruby, we went to a thing, and it was a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
We went to that Zelda Symphony Orchestra at the Opera House, and it was goddamn, it was amazing. Zach, go.
It was fucking awesome. Like, you sit down and you kind of like, oh yeah, this is fucking cool, and then you're listening and you get like, I don't want to spoil the program all too much, because it's still touring and it's about to do a second tour, so I'm not too sure if like many people have seen it so far, but it's fucking awesome. Like, we were sitting right at the front, so you got the entire acoustics of the Opera House just booming at you and really, really moving. And some of those four encore, like, was it 3 or 4 encores, Jake?
Oh, there were many encores.
Yeah, 3 or 4, and each and every single one will absolutely blow you away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
And you know what?
Oh.
Not everyone there is as embarrassing as you'd think they'd be. I only saw.
Did we see a single fedora?
We saw one fedora.
Only one fedora.
Wow.
That's a record.
Although we saw a lot of side bags.
We did.
How many
So what-
ponytails did you see?
A few. There were a few ponytails.
How many Skrillex haircuts did you see?
We. Oh, I didn't keep an eye out.
That's a
what-
different realm of spaz.
Yeah, what Zelda fan would really get a haircut like Skrillex? I don't know.
Well, you know, a bit of Link.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
see
would have thought a
Skrillex
Link or a
crossover?
Zelda would be the most, favored haircuts amongst
See,
Zelda fans.
I feel like here in the States we have the people who would attend that kind of concert would either be very large, overweight people, or somebody who thinks it's like chic to go. They would have horrible haircuts. Because they would probably be like oh yeah, I'm into video games, but they aren't, and they've never played a single Zelda.
Yeah, there were a lot of fucking casuals there, don't get me wrong.
But the thing is, that didn't really eventuate. There wasn't really a demographic. It was just people that wanted to
listen to a really fucking awesome performance that happened to center around the Legend of Zelda franchise.
And man, it was good. The Sydney Symphony Orchestra performed it. They have an amazing first violin and choir, and amazing.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Highly recommend it if it comes to your town. Go see it. Spend the money.
It's worth it, definitely.
Tom.
Yes.
2 of your favorite video games of all time.
This is a tough one, because I never really think about this too much, but I was thinking while Xavier was giving his, and I'm going to have to go with Red Dead Revolver, my favorite PlayStation 2 game, and Half-Life 2.
Wow.
Not bad.
Two much newer games than Xavier's picks, but as I said, I was brought into gaming quite late in my childhood.
Casual.
Yeah, I'm a casual.
Let's not forget, new does not make it bad.
No, exactly. No, that's true.
There are some very, very fantastic new games.
Absolutely. I feel like
maybe not this moment, maybe not released this week, but
Rayman Legends got pushed back.
Yeah, exactly.
That is going to be a new classic. I mean, Rayman Origins already a classic.
That Devil May Cry reboot, that'll go down in history.
The original Devil May Cry is still a great game. All the rest of them not so great, but yeah.
This DeviantArt fan fiction put to screen.
Oh god.
Look at his hand.
Have you guys had actually a chance to play it or watch somebody play it?
It's good.
I have seen some playthroughs of it.
The gameplay, I don't know about the gameplay because I played the demo and I just felt like I'm not interested. But then our good friend Garrett got it and I was watching him. First of all, the game looks very good. Visually, the colors and the settings, everything looks great. But then the writing and the game just on its own was actually very fun to just watch as a passive gamer. Dante's written really well. Characters are the same, but I think Dante's really written differently and very interesting. But yeah, I went from not caring at all about that game to watching somebody play it and really wanting to get into actually playing it. So I'll probably be picking that up soon.
Yeah, man, saw it on the Poorly Played stream. Go check it out every Wednesday, USA Pacific Standard Time at 7 o'clock. You will see our dear boy and co-host Garrett Hunter. He will play those games.
Cool.
The level, very cool looking game. The level design reminded me of Psychonauts.
Ooh. Wow.
And I'm not sure if anyone else is making that link, but that was the first thing that popped into my head with all the weird kind of not impressionist, just sort of psychedelic and abstract.
Surrealist, yeah.
Yeah, very surrealist level design based on
helping me interested.
Yeah,
that
now
sounds
I'm
really
interested.
cool.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Psychonauts. That game reminds me of Psychonauts. So there you go. Episode 25, Game Call Podcast. Devil May Cry reminds me of Psychonauts.
Cool.
Which was an awesome game, by the way.
Amazing.
I own so many copies of that game on so many different systems. It's retarded. It's honestly so stupid.
Martin, you're playing that right now.
Yep.
How's that
For the
going?
first time. It's going pretty well, actually.
See, I always felt like that game was underappreciated, but then it was released on everything.
Yeah, it's absolutely underappreciated.
It had a revival on Steam. People got it for $2 and they played it and they realized, wow, I missed out on this on the Xbox, original Xbox.
Yes.
Very good. That's one of my favorite games. That's it's definitely in my 20.
It's great.
Whatever that is. I don't know. Do I have a 20? Maybe. It's there. If it is.
I feel like as a gaming person and commentator somewhat, I should sit down and have a 20 on hand at all times,
Good
so I
to
can
go.
just rattle it off. But I can't really be fucked.
No.
It's not really in my list of priorities.
Sometimes you like some things, and sometimes you like some things which are not those things.
Exactly, it changes. I've got a very itinerant, fluid top 20.
I don't know if I have one. I know I can think of games that I can think of a few games, but I don't think I can really
say that I have a top 20 at any given moment.
We feel the need to over-categorize things and, chronologically, we just set everything up in a neat little package and whatever, man. It's what it is. Video games.
Fucking video games.
Mac,
So
it's time.
So what's been going on, Martin?
What? Where did that come from?
I knew you had some things to talk about.
Oh, right.
Out with it, Martin. Round table, everyone please say, Martin, please tell me.
Martin, please!
Please, we need to know.
Please!
Martin, please tell me.
I've come to realize that I'm...
Martin,
even though
please tell
I'm-
me. I just realized I didn't say it, so I thought I should. And it was the perfect time to do so.
No, it wasn't. Martin, please continue.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, as I was saying, I think most of the fans out there know that I'm really into shooters by now, but I've come to realize how shit I am at playing shooters. And I know this because I've been playing Death Smiles a whole lot as of late. And
I love
whenever...
that game.
Yeah, it's a great game, for sure. But whenever I raised the level, the intensity of the game, then I finally realized how completely crap I am at playing shooters. And the game, especially Death Smiles, it kind of comes up to your face and it's has a knife in its hand, and it's like, oh hey bro, hey, so you like playing shooters, huh? Oh, okay. See this knife? See this knife? Yeah, okay, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna fucking cut you. I'm gonna cut you so deep. And then I'll go on to your family. I'm gonna cut them too. And after I'm done cutting them, I'll fucking kill you. And I'll fucking kill your family. I'll fucking kill your dog. And I'll fucking kill your cat. That's what it's like playing Death Smiles.
Wow.
So is the game haunted or something? Why is this game...
it's a really great game, and if you play it on the hardest settings for the arcade mode, then it is a challenge. And the Xbox 360 version, the hardest settings of that are even less. But I play the Black Label Ultra version on that. With cave games, I can't play it on the easiest mode because I'm thinking too much. If I play it on the hardest difficulty setting, 999 Ultra, whatever, a Black Label, I find I stop thinking and it's just purely intuition, and I playing that game solely off intuition, and I actually do really well with it on the hardest setting.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's I think of cave games as like an intuition trainer.
It is.
Well, Martin, that was intense.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you play video games.
I don't like to admit that I do, but once in a while, I play video games. I don't know. Do you play video games? Zach, do you play video games?
They're okay, I guess.
But do you play them?
Nerd!
I like to complain about video games more than I play them. I feel that, I can talk about any video game I want, and I can say whatever I like about it, and I only have to play, a minute or two of it, and I can have a completely sound and fair judgment on how I can criticize it.
That's a good answer. Brian?
Yeah, I
Brian?
play video games. I like them enough. They're alright.
That's fair enough.
Like,
Xavier?
what video
Tom?
games?
Yeah, video games. Yeah, okay. Why not?
What video games do you guys play? Is it
Zach, this is Martin's segment!
Okay, sorry, Martin. I apologize.
No, Zach, say it. Zach, say it.
Zach, say it.
Say it, Zach.
Wah, baby wanna fuck.
Thank you, Zach.
Boom.
We all needed that.
Yeah.
Martin, continue.
Xavier, Tom. Video games. What's up?
Well, I don't even know how to say it. I have such a conflicted relationship with video games.
I mean, I've seen them.
I touched a disc once. I'm not sure whether it was a game. It might have been a DVD.
I fell on top of a controller.
I don't actually have any consoles, but I do have the HD DVD add-on for an Xbox 360 console. Does that count?
Dude, you can watch King Kong!
Woo! I don't actually have any HD DVDs. Could you guys find some for me?
King Kong, dude. King Kong by Peter Jackson. You can
What
get
else
that.
do you need?
Peter Jackson. Okay.
Was that never released on Blu-ray?
Who cares?
It wasn't a very good movie. I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
You can get it on HD DVD.
Woo.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Toshiba in the house.
That's gonna be so not a collector's item. Nobody's gonna want that in 100 years' time.
And I play video games too. Martin, thank you for your segment. Yay!
Martin.
Good segment. We'll do that every episode. So let's move on to the regular bits and pieces. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Buster Wolf!
Zippity zap! What is this? Fuck.
Oh yeah, Tom doesn't play games, so he doesn't know obscure King of Fighters references. Tom,
Is this the noise we make? I don't know.
Is this?
I'm so out of my depth.
viewer mail. Brian, viewer mail.
Viewer mail!
Viewer mail. This one is from Jared Ettinger. Dear GCP, I recently finished listening to every episode you guys have recorded so far, and have loved them all immensely. Wow, thank you, Jared. That is quite the feat indeed.
Jesus.
This guy is clearly nuts. Stop reading the mail. Enough. We've had
I can't wait. Tom, hush. Otherwise I'll make you say it again. I can't wait to see. See, Tom and I are close. We've vomited. We have vomited together in Pete's hut. We have a special bond.
That was
Nice.
fucking harrowing.
But we'll move on to that in a bit. I can't wait to see where you take the show next. I wanted to send you this message because it has recently come to my attention that there is a thriving internet community of people who fantasize about a relationship between Shadow the Hedgehog and Shrek.
Here's Ogre. Jared.
We have a link here. Here's a link. All right.
Yes.
Nice.
Considering that you guys tend to touch on some of the more
No.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god! Shrek
Let him
and
finish!
Jack ponies! My
Holy fuck.
No.
Jesus H.
holy shit!
It
Oh
can't
my god!
be.
Oh my god!
Some
So
Oh,
that's where that's originally from. That's where My Time is Ogre. Is that where that's from?
yes, I'm sorry.
Oh shit, the one with Shadow licking Shrek's nipples is that's intense.
What's more embarrassing, the ones that are done really badly or the ones that are done really well?
I don't know.
The ones that are done really well. I don't know. I gotta go with that one.
The one where they're both ponies? Oh my fucking.
Oh yeah. They're
I'm
across platforms.
I'm a fan of SXX Special Moment.
I find
S by S Special Moment.
Oh dear.
I find this niche too.
Yeah, the one where he's licking his nipple.
Shrek is a blushing beauty.
With lipstick
So
on,
fucking disturbing.
inexplicably still with really thick, hairy eyebrows. Oh god.
How far beyond the point of never getting laid in your life do you have to go to reach that point of Sonic and Shadow? Don't do it for me. I need to go cross universe on this shit.
But it's
How did that become a thing? How
yeah.
did those characters
that's just when
get
you step.
coupled?
That's just when you step Ogre the line.
Oh.
Jeez, it's fucking
Out.
Brilliant.
Well, they're both lovable bad boys. You know, I can see where a prospective artist might be coming from on that
But
front.
Shrek.
See, an ogre
DreamWorks.
is like an onion. It likes getting fucked by a hedgehog.
Do.
Hey, I don't mind a little bit of universe swamping.
Ah, Zach!
Zach, fuck off.
Jesus Christ.
There's also a picture of the artist with his or her Sonic
Oh.
and Shrek plushies.
His or
Oh,
her.
Jesus Christ. Jared has linked a fan fiction in here as well. Alright, I'm going to do a mini review of this, and Zach, you're going to do the honors with this one. There is a fanfic. We will have fanfic this podcast.
Terrific.
But it's not my fanfic.
Alright, we are doing a reading.
Okay.
So Jared has linked to a fanfiction.net posting of Shrek/Shadow. The part of Shrek will be played by Mr. Abishakra, and the part of Shadow... Oh, fuck it, I'll play Shadow, why not?
Shrek and Shadow. Author, Kali aka Simara. Based of my favorite cartoon, X over Friendship. Shrek the Ogre and Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog had heard the news that a big green ogre destroyed a village. So he put on his musketeer costume and ran off to find the ogre. He saw Shrek and said,
Halt!
Oh, hey, Shadow, how are you doing?
Shadow roared and ran after him. He slashed his sword, but he missed. Shrek said,
Well, lad, what's gotten into you?
Shadow chased after him. Shrek ran away, and they ran into his house.
You can't run from me, Shrek. You're finished. You'll pay for destroying the village.
I didn't mean it. I thought it was a giant enemy cramp.
I think that said camp.
Yeah, I realized that halfway through saying it.
Okay.
This is serious, you guys.
Shadow pointed his sword at him.
Too late for excuses. Time for you to die, ogre.
Don't do this, lad. Remember what we went through as pals.
Shadow hesitated, and he looked into Shrek's eyes. He started to think about the good times they had together. Shadow closed his eyes and lowered his sword.
Shadow?
I'm so sorry, Shrek.
He ran away.
Shadow, wait!
But Shadow was out of sight.
Oh, laddie.
Shrek looked and looked for Shadow until he found him hiding in a cave.
Shadow?
Go away.
But I was worried about you.
Why should you be? You saw what I did. I tried to kill you.
But Shadow...
But nothing! I had to kill you. I was just doing my job. But I can't do it because you're my best friend. If you decide between your friend and your job, this is hard enough. So go away. You don't like me anymore.
Shadow.
I said go away!
Shrek jumped a little and saw a tear appearing on Shadow's eye. Shrek came closer to Shadow. Before Shadow could cry out, he grabbed his shoulders.
Calm down, laddie. I listened very carefully. I always knew you wouldn't do something like that. Even if you did, I still want to be your pal. You're my best friend and nothing will break our friendship. Ever.
Tears streamed down Shadow's face.
Shrek.
Then he hugged him tightly. Shrek hugged him back.
Shh. It's okay, lad. Don't cry.
Shadow sniffed.
You're my best friend ever, Shrek.
You're my best friend, too.
That is bullshit! Where's the sex? Such bullshit!
Sonic says, don't have sex with an ogre!
My balls are blue, man.
Oh, I was so close to coming when he came into the cave and Shadow was crying.
I know.
And then fucking... Oh, where's the payoff? That's bullshit. I
God
am reviewing that badly.
Zach,
Yes?
I know this was just a reading, an adaptation of a sweet young girl's writings, but you must continue this series.
Yes,
part
perfect.
Two. We'll do part two.
Oh,
We'll do part two next time.
Yep, perfect.
Brian,
For the sake of Tom's orgasm.
Yeah, right now I give that 0 jizz tears out of 10.
Yep, I'll
Did
continue.
not properly tease the come out of his dick.
Didn't happen.
with your big hard fanfics.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you.
Jared continues to write, considering that you guys tend to touch on some of the more obscure topics surrounding video game culture, I thought this might be something good to mention. It would especially be entertaining if Zach improvised his own, his own Shadow Shrek fanfiction, if he is so inclined. Have a good day, and give my love to your mems and peps for me. That's from Jared.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jared. Well, I think we already know what's going to happen with this, Zach.
Jared, I hear your plight, and yes, I will write Shrek X Shadow fanfic for your sick young brother.
Part 2. The spiritual successor is on its way. Gaming Cult Podcast.
100% confirmed.
100.
That's right. I'm trying to find the next viewer mail! Okay. Here we go. Jesus Christ. Shut up. So, that delightful little... That delightful little interlude was brought to you by Something Joystick. Go check out their podcast if you want more of that.
Bow!
Oh, I thought you were gonna fart.
This one's from Daryl Herring, one of our UK listeners or viewers. I'm sorry, Eric. Eric's already yelling at me from beyond the void. I can hear him now.
Beyond the grave.
The email is titled "Summit Camp Orange, Shit Mountain." Daryl writes, "Hey guys, I'm writing in to tell you a somewhat humorous story about school, specifically school toilets. It may even come close to matching Zach's story of shit-covered kids from a while back."
I feel like I must have missed that one.
No, we told that on our podcast.
Go back. Oh no, this was a long time ago, this one. It's a good one. But we'll probably just fall short of that great tale of adversity. I don't know how school toilets are in the US or Australia, or anywhere else in the world, but here in my town in the UK, they are something special. And for most of my time at school, I refused to use them. Now I'm sure we've all encountered graffiti in toilet stalls, but how many of you have encountered a mountain of shit in a stall?
Jesus.
With an uneaten, unpeeled, seemingly untouched orange right on top, right on the summit of Shit Mountain. Well, I have, and that is why, for years, I would make sure to go to the toilet before I left for school, and why, if I ever needed to go while at school, I would just hold it in.
I feel like this guy might be making a mountain out of a shit hill.
Yeah. I knew a friend
Bravo.
who didn't like shitting in the high school bathroom so much that he would ditch school to go to his house, which was behind the high school, to take a shit and then come back.
That's not so bad. I'd do that if I lived near the school.
So, a mountain, just that image one more time, viewers and listeners, are a mountain of shit in a school toilet with an unpeeled, untouched orange sitting precisely
I don't know why you didn't
on
shit
top.
on the orange. Why didn't you shit on the orange?
No, that would ruin the imagery. You just
You
need...
gotta fight shit with shit.
I get what you mean, but I think it's a thing, like, from what I'm seeing,
Someone's got to get their vitamins.
I'm just seeing, like, I'm seeing a cubicle with a light above, so it's kind of like looking upon, it's kind of spotlighting Shit Mountain almost, and the glazed, untouched, unpeeled, flawless skin of this orange reflecting as if it were like gold in a sea of shit.
Is the shit mountain in the toilet, or is it surrounding the toilet?
Well, it's like you can see the porcelain at the front, but it's just kind of pouring down the sides as well.
I see this as
Christ.
like a shit mountain as tall as a man, as tall as a healthy man, and it's sort of just come out of the toilet as if it's backed up, and it's like a big sort of pyramid of shit.
That was from Daryl Herring. Thank you very much, Daryl.
Thank you, Daryl.
Yes, thank you, Daryl.
That insight into a modern work of art.
Let's move on to album recommendations. Classic album recommendations from the past, present, and future. Any genre you care to name. let our guests. You must go first.
Tommy, go first.
Okay, I'll go
I
first.
did not prepare for this.
Now, I'm sure someone else has mentioned this on the podcast before. I seem to remember somebody mentioning Bomb the Music Industry on this podcast. I can't remember who it was. It might not have...
It was Eric.
It was Eric? Oh, okay, that's a shame, because I wanted to talk to him about it. But I'm seeing them this Friday for the last time ever. It's their last show, so I feel like I should recommend one of their classic albums. It's called Goodbye Cool World. It's a great bit of ska punk with a bit of chiptune involved. Fantastic album. Everyone go listen to that right now. It's free on their website, quote-unquote-records.com.
Nice. Xavier, classic album recommendation.
First thing that springs to mind at this point is Ben Folds 5, Whatever and Ever Amen. Brilliant piano-led power pop songs. Super wide variety of different tracks on that album.
I thought you were going to say super white, which it is.
It's pretty white. I'm not going to argue with that.
He is rocking the suburbs.
He's known to rock suburbs.
Yeah.
Rarely rural areas.
Yeah.
Generally in the suburban area is where he specifies. But yeah, I think that's a terrific album. So that's my recommendation with zero thought behind it at all.
Thank you very much, Brian. Your classic album recommendation.
I have mentioned this band before on this podcast. A band from, I think they're out of Baltimore, called Dog Fashion Disco. Something I got into about 10 years ago. And I was bummed because in 2007 the band broke up. So I wanted to find out, because I'd never known what kind of genre of music they were considered. I knew they were metal, but I just called it like really good metal, like metal that isn't just like it's people who obviously know how to play music, not just like, you know, typically American metal comes from people who aren't very bright about it. They just play power chords and they don't really go anywhere with it.
You're talking about sort of post metal kind of dun dun dun.
Yeah,
dun, dun.
like where new metal had kind of gone, and Korn and that kind of, where it wasn't really anything special. That it was all just pretty much like dun 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 dun, like, you know, that kind of like,
yeah,
just would do whatever, you know, just power chords really fast. Nothing really special about the music itself. And this band, Dog Fashion Disco, I guess is something called either experimental metal or avant-garde metal, which sounds totally stupid. And I wish I didn't know that term, because it makes me not want to like them, because that sounds like art fag shit. And it just doesn't sound like... I just like that they had a good way of mixing melodic sounds and like... Have you all heard of Mr. Bungle? That's...
Yeah!
Yeah, they took a lot from him with that synthesizer sort of, you know, kind of like new wave sounding music, but then they made it fast and aggressive. And I came to find out, long story short, that they released after they dissolved the band in 2007, they just moved forward with basically the three core band members moved forward with a new band called Polka Dot Cadaver. Which is almost exactly the same as Dog Fashion Disco stylistically. And so I picked up the first album they had, which is Purgatory Dance Party, and I have been listening to that nonstop for 2.5-3 weeks. It's really, really good. It's more of the same stuff, and I feel like they took like an even more kind of melodic turn with it, adding a lot more pianos and little bit less aggressive vocals. The lead singer of the band is called Todd Smith. He also did another thing called El Creepo. It's his like own solo project. But I would go with Purgatory Dance Party by Polka Dot Cadaver as my recommendation this week.
Nice one.
Very, very good. Very good. Zach.
Yeah.
Do you have musics?
Yeah, I guess I do. I mean, man, this is difficult. The Hotline Miami soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah.
Zach. I've never loved you more than I love you in this moment.
It is fucking cool. Like, when I was like playing the game, like, hey, this is pretty cool, and it matches perfectly, and it completely complements the ultra violence that's happening on screen.
Are you any good at that game, Zach?
I'm okay. I'm pretty good at the kind of run and gun kind of thing.
It's really difficult for me. I
don't mind top-down shooters, but the thing is, you just have to know when to fucking just blitz it and when to be a little bit careful. But the soundtrack is, like, it's perfect. I mean, there's some of it will be quite laid back and relaxed, and others will just be, like, really synth-heavy that's going quite far. It's pretty impressive. So, play the game, Hotline Miami, and you'll notice the soundtrack, because everyone fucking does, and you'll listen to that, because it's fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Martin,
Yep.
my sweet boy, lift your wand of Gamelin and tell us your album recommendation for this episode.
Boy. I'm actually also going to recommend a video game, or rather a game soundtrack. And it's for a game called Fez that was released on Xbox Live last year, I think.
Yeah.
What's most funny about it is I've never played the game. I literally know nothing about the game at all. I've just been listening to the soundtrack. And I'm loving every single song on that soundtrack. And the soundtrack itself makes me want to buy the game. And I have absolutely no idea what the game is about at all.
It's really good.
I urge you to play that game, and it's terrific.
I will.
If you can find it on the Japanese Xbox 360.
It's there. It's there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's so if it's like worth spending 1,700 yen on, then I'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Comes
Cool,
with the official something joystick seal of approval.
Yeah, it does.
Excellent.
That is official.
It is official.
I need to play the game. Thank you, Martin. My album recommendation. I do have an album recommendation, but hell, you know what? I bought a bunch of video game soundtracks recently, so I'll throw in the Eco soundtrack, which is 25 minutes long, but god damn, that is good 25 minutes of musics and compositions. I like it. Cool. My album recommendation is one of my earliest, most influential albums that I ever bought. Ice-T, The Iceberg. Freedom of Speech, Just Watch What You Say is the full title. It is an album from 1989 by Ice-T himself. The Iceberg. Tracks like Lethal Weapon, The Girl Tried to Kill Me, What You Want to Do, Freedom of Speech, Hit the Deck, The Hunted Child. Oh my god, The Hunted Child. Holy shit, that's a good track. Shut Up, Be Happy, the intro has the intro is taken from Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath, like a sample, and Jello Biafra shouting over the top of it. It's a fucking amazing album.
Fucking Jello. Good stuff.
I used to rent this album on cassette from the local library all the time when I was 8 years old. It's one of the most influential albums that I ever listened to when I was very much a child. And god damn, that is a filthy album. So there you go, Ice-T, The Iceberg. I think it's like his third or fourth album. I still have it with the original shrink wrap over it. It's got a sticker on it, a warning sticker that says, Ice-T, X-rated. Some material may be extra hype and inappropriate for squares and suckers.
That's cool.
Get that album, man. The Iceberg. Cool. Video games. We'll go with video games while you've been playing video games. Brian, you been playing video games?
I've been playing video game.
You've been had vid games, son.
I've been had. On consoles, I've been playing Dead Space 3, a very fun game. More of the things I like from Dead Space. Heard a few people say that they did not like the atmosphere of that game. I don't know why, because I felt like it was perfect and spot on to what it's been. Very eerie, empty, quiet. Like, they did a good job of keeping that feel of being alone there. Other games I played one playthrough of Journey, which I beat, and then I went, oh, you know what? I think I'm never going to play that game again, and I've spent the past 2 days thinking about that game.
So I think that is a game that I will actually play again because I heard somewhere that there was something about the companion you get in the game, and I don't want to give too much away, but I was surprised at the end to find out what that was. It was really cool. I know the game's been out for a while, but still.
I need to play that game. So
you do? What is wrong with you, Jake?
I know you're in love with that game, Xavier.
The soundtrack and the visuals, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's one of the prettiest games I've ever played. And I love games that kind of make it so simple that you realize that there's more to the game than just what combos I can do or parries or attack features. All you can do in this game is jump and walk. And then, like, when you go down hills, you slide. You don't fight enemies. You don't do anything else. It's so simple. The soundtrack is gorgeous. I know I already said that. The vision, it's just...
It got nominated for a Grammy, man.
It did.
It did. Wow.
The first video game soundtrack ever.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I really like the soundtrack, but I would say that games like Shadow of the Colossus or any of the Metal Gear games have a soundtrack already far superior to that. I think those games were too ahead of their time when it came to what people expect from video game soundtracks now. I think
serious beauty.
Yeah. And then console, that's console, so handheld games, they just released in the States Ninja Gaiden Sigma as a free download on PlayStation Plus. That game is exactly how you played it on every other system that you've already played it. And it's nice to have something to do on my Vita. So if that's a series that you enjoy and you want to revisit, not at home, I would absolutely recommend picking that game up as well.
We've got to wait for that to pass classification over here, unfortunately.
That seems like a terrible game to play on public transport because, like, little children could be watching you just hacking up these enemies with all the blood and all the guts. That just seems irresponsible, right?
Is there an interact? Yeah, fuck kids.
Fuck kids.
When was the last time you cared about little children's well-being?
That's true. That's true.
Never. I don't give a shit.
So there you go. Fuck kids.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Fuck kids.
I love kids.
I do need to play Journey. I'm gonna go. In fact, after we're done with this and we're done talking about the base god and how Lil B might even know the base god, I might have to go download Journey.
Good idea.
Thank you very much, Brian. Good vid games. Martin, your vid games, what are they?
Well, like I've been,
What's going on with Martin?
Martin, what's going on?
He's broken.
No. Like I mentioned previously on the podcast, I've been playing Death Smiles. And I've been having a lot of fun with Death Smiles, besides the fact that I am not very good at shooters.
Can you guys understand what Martin's saying?
How did he get so Swedish?
I don't understand.
How do you do? Just how do you do it?
Did we reset his language function somehow?
And I also been playing Bayonetta for the PlayStation 3. Bayonetta is a pretty good game because it reminds me a lot of Mad World for the Nintendo Wii. It has that same in-your-face attitude and the same jargon as Mad World. And I am still surprised as soon as someone says fuck in a video game. And I always light up when that happens.
Shut up, water.
But yes, that's what the games I have been playing. Thank you, Jake. Thank you.
Martin? Martin, what's going on?
What are you talking about?
We restored factory settings.
What's going on? What the fuck was that?
What are you talking about?
What happened?
Where did we go just now?
What?
Martin,
Forward
it's like
Sweden.
you forgot. It's like you forgot how to speak English properly again.
Come on. Are you insinuating that I might be actually speaking another language as my first language?
What the fuck happened? I've got no idea. Anyway, Martin, are you okay now?
I'm still not sure what you're talking about, so yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Well, that's that.
Talk. Zach, what video games do you play them?
I play video games, and on recommendation from a few other fans, thank you all very much for suggesting this game. A few of you probably know what's coming. Surgeon Simulator 2013.
Yay!
Surgeon Simulator.
So good!
Jesus
Fantastic.
Christ.
Well, the thing is, it's hard to be creative with this one, and you don't need to be. Everyone's given their patient the finger while holding their heart in front of them. Everyone's touched their face. Everyone's smashed ribs with hammers. Everyone's done all these. But who tried to build the Bionic Man? So, once I realized that I had emptied him of his contents, including ribs and lungs and heart, which...
Unnecessary things like that, yeah.
Yeah, things that, of course, you don't need if you're going to be a cyborg. Now, what I saw was... I started this game trying to move everything very carefully because I thought I had to put it all back in. And then I was... So, I'm back, I got to the point where I'm like, hey, maybe he'll stop losing blood if I start putting things back where they were. And then I realized, why the fuck should I put in, all this meaty shit, all this soft tissue that makes us so susceptible to, injury and stuff, and make him metal? Because that's fucking cool. And so I was like, hey, heart, scissors, why not? Lungs, 2 beakers, whatever. Veins, cotton swabs, bang. And so I had quite a complex system going, and I managed to seal him up with the metal case, with the metal plates that hold all your utensils, and I realized he's still fucking losing blood. And I'm going,
fucking prize.
yeah, exactly. Because at this stage,
Sounds like less of a Bionic Man and more of a pinata.
wait, hold on. I'm building the $6 million man with about, I don't know, $400 worth of medical equipment. So we can't expect perfection. However, I at least expect him to open his eyes and for me to say it's alive. No matter what I did to try and wake him up, I put the metal plating over his chest. He should have been working. I tried touching his face, having a little fit.
All the standard medical procedures.
Exactly. Then I began screaming at the screen, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe it's not hammered in enough. And so I start slamming this hammer into it, and nothing's going on. And apparently he starts losing blood more rapidly.
What?
So I'm like, so I'm thinking, fuck it. You know what this guy needs? He needs 2 hearts. And so I take off the metal plate, and I put both hearts in. Bam! Heart transplant successful. And so I was like, fuck yeah, I did it! I built the $400 man! All he needs 2 hearts, some scissors, cotton swabs, and some metal shit. He doesn't even fucking need lungs. Surgeon Simulator 2013. Game of the year all years.
So hang on,
Congratulations, Zach, everybody.
Wow.
Congratulations to Zach.
I gotta say, that's quite an impressive feat. But Zach, does a heart transplant necessarily mean, if it's successful, does it mean the patient has to survive?
No! Fuck no.
Irrelevant details.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I got the heart in there. I got 2 hearts in there. And it cured it. You know what? Any future problem you got, cancer, HIV AIDS,
just give him an extra heart.
Just give him another heart. Whatever. Why not? Don't be a dummy.
What about blindness?
What about what?
Blindness.
1 heart for each eye. Don't be
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Zach, remind me never to have you operate on me in any sort of circumstance.
Don't worry. Zach, surgeon who is not an organ donor, right at your service.
Beautiful. You have such a way with words, my brother.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Zach. Something, boys. Please tell me your something video games.
All right, I'll go first. This week I finally got the platinum trophy for PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Which is,
dude.
I was glad to get the platinum for, but I was also kind of just glad to be done with it. It's a lot of fun, but playing it on your own, going through every arcade mode, with every character, really just feels like a bit of a slog. But you gotta get them trophies. That's what video games are all about.
Gotta eat them up.
Proving to your friends that you're better than them because you don't have any life or friends or anything.
Yeah.
So that was a good one that I played. And then, as I mentioned before, the other game I've been playing is Ni no Kuni. And I thought I might talk about that just a little more. You play as a young boy who is, he finds out he's a wizard. As is...
Not unlike our own Zach Innes, who, as a young boy, discovered he was a wizard.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And you're whisked away to this fantasy magical land. I mean, it's a JRPG. You get the picture. But you can sort of switch between your world that you grew up in and this magical world that you're trying to save. But the thing is, once you get to the magical world, you're followed around by this little he's the king of the fairies, and he speaks with this Welsh accent, and he's this little impish creature.
He has a Welsh accent in the English version?
Yeah, for some reason which I can't quite ascertain.
Okay.
And you dress in this ridiculous red robe and carry a magic wand around and that kind of thing, and it's all well and good in this magical land, but occasionally you sort of transport back to your home world where you grew up in, and nobody even bats an eyelid. Like, nobody even seems to notice that you're like trailing around this magical creature, and at one point you have to like cast a spell on this little girl who lives a couple of houses down from you. And so you talk to her father, and you're like, I need to cast a spell on her with this like strange getup that you're wearing and the weird imp creature that trails behind you. And he's like, okay, I mean, if you think it'll help. You just break into her room and start like waving a wand at her.
Exorcism style.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the inhabitants of the Hot Droid have seen weirder things.
Maybe that's true, yeah. But yeah, that's something that stuck out to me about that game, is just a very blasé attitude towards some quite ridiculous things.
I love it. That's Miyazaki in a nutshell. Love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait to play it. One of the last things I got before I stopped collecting for a little bit, I managed to pre-order the European special edition of that, the Wizards edition.
The Wizards edition. Why didn't you sell it on?
I haven't got it yet. I ordered it from Fish Pond, which is the Australian Amazon, but think of a very, very slow Australian Amazon, basically.
Yeah.
That multi-sources from all different countries to ship from.
Seriously,
so I'll let you know in a month or two whether I get it or not, if at all.
Because they're sold out on the web on like the developer's website. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely everywhere. It's like $500 everywhere. It's
exactly
stupid.
So that shit.
I'll have that soon, hopefully.
That's sweet Nina Nana.
Tom, what are you playing?
Okay, well this week I finally platinumed Jak and Daxter, the original game. I bought the collection, so I'm now making my way through Jak 2. Those games have aged really well. I think they're still really solid platformers, still funny, still cute. They're still like cartoons to me, so I really like them. And I've also been playing Quantum Conundrum, which is a pretty interesting game. Made by one of the makers of Portal, so you can kind of see the resemblance in the puzzles. It obviously comes from the same mind as the person who developed the Portal puzzles, but it's a solid game. I like the feel of it. The narrator's kind of a dick though. You're playing as this small child who's like dealing with some pretty heavy like science physics stuff, and the narrator's just being an absolute prick to you. He's like, oh, but you probably would not, like, really condescending and just like making fun of you when you can't solve a puzzle. I'm like, geez, dude, I'm like a toddler, and you've trusted me with this like interdimensional shifting device. Like, what do you expect me to do? I'm surprised I haven't killed myself yet.
I'm sorry, are we talking about Quantum Conundrum or Portal? That sounds exactly like
GLaDOS.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. It's not quite like GLaDOS though. He's not It doesn't have the verve of GLaDOS. It's more Wheatley than anything else, I guess. Same sort of doddering thing. Anyway, yeah, Quantum Conundrum's quite good, though. I'm enjoying it.
Very good, very good. I have been playing... Well, I got some pickups. I've still got that big last sort of hurrah pack of collecting for a little while that I got. That's on its way from Japan. I'll have that soon. That's got some good goodies in it. But before then, I got Ghost in the Shell on the PS1.
Ooh!
Which is... it looks like a really cool game. You spend most of the time in that sort of spider mech thing.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, sort of a hard-to-find game on the PS1. Ghost in the Shell.
I love Spider-Man.
Does it look good? I really like the anime Ghost in the Shell.
It looks incredible for a PS1 game. Brian, did you ever play that?
I did not play any of those Ghost in the Shell games. No.
That's gone right to the top of my pile. I'll report back on that one next episode. I got Shenmue 2 for the Xbox Australian press, which is
Nice.
kind of hard to find. Yep, sort of getting the Shenmue collection together very slowly. A bit more of that's coming. I got LA Machine Guns and what's it called? Gunblade New York, which were two Saturn shooters, also arcade shooters that came out as a dual pack on the Wii. It's kind of a budget title, but they're both amazing Saturn era kind of arcade shooters, and they're great. As in like light gun games.
Oh, right.
Yeah, good stuff. And, you know, I got a bunch of CD soundtracks, and they all turned out to be bootlegs, but they sound good anyway. Shouts out Mia Records in Taiwan, I guess. Whatever. Thank you for flooding the market with bootlegs. But hey, I paid $10 for you, so whatever. And finally, Gaming Cult has a PO box if you would like to send us something. We'd love to hear from you, period. If you want to send us some stuff, you know, whatever. Gaming Cult, PO Box 10, Glebe, that's spelled Glebe, New South Wales 2037, Australia. Big thank you to Fred, who sent us a copy of Yakuza Fury for the PS2, kind of a Japanese budget title. I'm going to get round to playing that one. Fred from New South Wales, thank you very much. Last episode we featured an artist, and that artist was the True Werewolf, and we thank you again, Werewolf, for allowing us to debut your new project. This episode, we're going to go very different from that. Where are we going to go? Can I get a thank you, Bass God?
Thank you, Bass God.
Thank you, Bass God.
Thank you, Bass God! Cheers, bro! Hey, fuck you, unbeliever.
What? I was very appreciative.
Give him his dues.
Thank you, based God.
Hey, cheers, bro. That's a very based statement right there.
Alright,
Donka Bass God.
Yeah, there you go. Worldwide from Gaming Cult Podcast to Lil B, who I heard, this might just be a rumor, I heard he know the Bass God.
Wow.
Like, personally?
That's what I heard.
Is the Bass God a close personal friend?
I heard Lil B.
First name basis?
I heard Lil B fuck with the Bass God, but, we'll never know. Swag. But anyway, M-Mac, excellent underground hip-hop producer, known from the Anti-Heroes and Nolly Noel. He has produced for Lil B. He's given us exclusive permission. We're going to feature a Lil B track. We're doing that. We're doing that legit. We are featuring Lil B on the Gaming Cult Podcast.
Finally. Cool.
Go check out Pink Flame. That's just come out right now. The new Pink Flame mixtape. Go get that. It's hype. Go to datpiff.com. But this is Lil B. This is from the Green Flame mixtape. A total on. I've been Jake Ennis. This has been episode 25 of the Gaming Cult Podcast. Please write into us. gamingcultpodcast@gmail.com. Facebook.com/gamingcultpodcast. Twitter @gamingcultcast. A big thank you to the boys from Something Something Joystick, Xavier Robetsky-Noonan, and Tom Sanderson. Woo! Thank you very much, boys, for coming.
Zippity zop, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us, and all praise the Bass God.
Thank you for going, guys.
And thank you, Brian.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Zach.
And thank you, Jake.
And Tok Martin.
Thank you, Jake.
And thank you, Bass God.
Thank you, Bass God.
Thank you, Bass God.
Praise be Bass God.
At Lil B the Bass God, at M-Mac Beats. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye. You feel me? Hey, now I'ma tell you like this. Every time I record with Waters, DMG, fuck these suckers, you feel me? I can't be that nigga getting hit. I'ma tell you like this. I'ma bust nigga shit. It ain't no love in this bitch. I'm rolling out one deep in this bitch. I might tote that 5 if I have to, and I might do some time if I have to. I'm the type of bitch that don't pay a lawyer. I know I did it and I'ma take the charges. Send me about 5 of them. Do that, come back, put the iron on. Base world OD, never been that, never been sleep. Keep my eyes open in this fucking jungle. You better watch your head, cause that boy in the feds, sucker out here tryna fade my head. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. Bitch ass sucker, I ain't fake. I'ma tell you like this, I'ma punch him in his face. Feel how I felt, I'ma tell you like this. I'ma give your ass the real. I'm down like $2, and I'm dope like a fat bitch. And I got that yeety in my pocket, yes. And I'm motherfucking cocky. And I'm off like a fiend. Haters make me mad and I don't sleep. And I still pop the pills. Backseat wood grain up on the wheel. 2 couches in the whip. Old school scraper, count money in that bitch. Suckers hating, keep on hating. Got the and I'm still fucking waiting, bitch. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. This ain't lying. This ain't lying. This ain't lying. This ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying. I'ma tell you like this, I told I'ma tell you like this, I ain't lying.